Hey guys, I'm Rob Bass, and this is Comic Nation TV. Take a look at Rob Granito. To swipe or not to swipe. These past 2 weeks have been a whirlwind ride for one man named Rob Granito. This all started with a little article by Bleeding Cool where they asked a simple question. Who is Rob Granito? Well, looking at his website, he boasts a large resume of work from Calvin and Hobbes to Garfield, works from Marvel and DC, and a slew of official work as well. The only problem is that no one seems to really know, nor have they ever seen, any of his page work anywhere. So, Bleeding Cool News emailed Rob about this. This is his email response, unaltered. What exactly are your credits? Yes, I am currently working with Jay Didillo on the Batman title that has not yet been released. I've worked on dozens of books, The Shadow, with 2 Ds of the Bat, being the Batman title I was on for about 4 weeks. The current book deals with a bit more of the history of the Batman than his current exploits though. Okay, so then they asked, which particular issues did you work on and who in the hell is Jay Didillo? Rob says, Jay is one of the big writers for DC. I probably spelled his name right. Covers range from The Shadow of the Bat issues 12 through 25, Teen Titans 1 through 7, Spider-Man I did a buttload, I don't know the numbers, Iron Man the same, and for the animated Batman series 92 to 95. First out, the Shadow of the Bat covers were done by Brian Stelfreeze. The Teen Titans he was mentioning were the time frame of Dan Jurgens and George Perez. Bleeding Cool contacted Dan Jurgens and George Perez had never heard of this guy and certainly didn't have any assistants or ghost artists on their covers. When pointing this out, there was no response. He claims to have drawn the U.S. Postal Service Batman stamp. This was credited to Jim Lee and Scott Williams. He also said they did a mix work, fill-in work, and was a ghost artist for most of the projects. So, here's the deal. He's making credits and stuff that obviously he didn't do. So, does anybody actually know this guy? That's what Bleeding Cool set out to do. Well, let's just stop right there for a second. And let's check out Rob's site. He has a bunch of prints and paintings of famous comic book and pop culture icons. Something still seems fishy. That image of Batgirl, besides looking completely amateur with her heel of her boot shooting out from her Achilles heel, seems so familiar to us. That's right, because on DeviantArt, an artist gave a step-by-step lesson on how to draw Miss Marvel, and while that explains how he messed up the foot. So is Rob really guilty of swiping? Let's check out some of his other work. Wow, take a look at that Batman. Just amazing. No, I'm sorry, wait. It's amazing because it's Al Rio's piece. Hey, check out that Iceman. No, did it again. That one's Buzz's. You see that Joker on the table that he's holding with the pen? Cool. That's a really creative Joker piece. You got me again, Rob. That's Casey Jones's piece. Hey, look at that hot ass drawing of the Incredible Hulk squeezing the life out of Batman. Wait. Even I know this one. Ugh. His Comic-Con banner is even a rip from a comic book artist. I mean, all the stuff he's drawing is published work or commissions from other people. See, doing an homage piece is one thing, but swiping them and tracing them as is not art. It's theft. It's counterfeiting. Or maybe Rob is a better painter. Let's check out this Darth Maul. This can't possibly be a swipe. Oops. I guess it is. And you know what's even worse? Look in his eyes. You see that Qui-Gon Jinn? Yeah, that cartoony drawing version. He ripped two completely different styles of comic book art, superimposed them together, and claims the piece to be his own. Every artist has a distinct style that defines them. Sometimes they can resemble another artist, but there is always a tell. Talent like Buzz, Al Rio, Jim Valent, George Perez, Bill Watterson, Jim Davis, Juan Pineda, and Crystal Greenman are defined by their style. This guy's real style is this. Yeah, I've seen children with no arms have a better style of art. He is a hack, and if he doesn't trace, he cannot create. Someone online said it best. You want an original Rob Granito drawing? Ask someone else to draw it. Some artists have swiped panels, and one of the most famous ones is Batman creator Bob Kane. But at least he created the Batman. Rob has stolen work from Acid Pop-Tart, George Perez, Buzz, El Rio, Tim Sales, Bruce Timm, Joe Quesada. He has lied about his credentials, posed as other people online, from an anonymous DC editor to Joe Quesada, where he even misspelled Joe Quesada's name. And then just recently, he's pretending to be a lawyer, blaming the comic pros and fans as if we are the guilty party. And yet, he is the only artist we know who has a bodyguard who carries a gun. For what? Claimed to be close friends with non-existent person named Jay Didillo. Jay Didillo isn't a person. He forges people's signatures on pictures to mark up the prices, as well as buy commissions from other artists and resell them as his own work. All for what? A couple of bucks? Mark Wade and Ethan Van Sciver at the MegaCon this past weekend have verbally attacked this parasite, and with their efforts, he is banned from DragonCon, Wizard World, Fan Expo, Chiller Theater. He has been deactivated on his DeviantArt account, and his MySpace page is now deactivated. He claims to have worked with the late, great Dwayne McDuffie, and when questioned, he claimed that he meant it as he considers other people his friends. He was speaking to Ethan at the time and said he considered Ethan as a friend, and Ethan put him in his place fast. Yeah, he has a wife and kids, but he dug a hole he can't climb out of. And I think he should know that his family will suffer from his own stupidity. He knows what he did is wrong. If he don't, he will learn. I never want kids to be affected by such ignorance, but he isn't an artist. He is a complete fraud and a straight up bootlegger. Join the Rob Granito as a fraud Facebook page. Go to logitomite.com to help fight against bootleggers and swipers of all kinds in the comic fields. This is a disgusting thing, and it's like stealing an identity. If you have ever bought a drawing from him in the past, please post it on that site so we can all see what else he swiped. One thing to note is that being an artist is a difficult task, and we never want to sell any aspiring artist short. But swiping isn't an answer. It's low, evil, wrong, and shows a true lack of talent. Unfortunately, Rob has left his greasy mark on the comics world, and we have a new saying, Granitoed. Well, guys, go to comicnationtv.com, comicnation.tv, hit us up on Facebook at Comic Nation TV, go to the Pop Culture Network forums, and leave us comments there. Hope this is the last we hear from this waste of space.